Last week we introduced you to the RPM Adventure, an event in which we invite the industry to join us, get some cars and go to a beautiful place. That beautiful place in this instance is Swaziland, and of course that isn't the end of it.
Nope, last week we previewed 5 of the cars, this week the remaining 5, plus some more spectacular scenery and what goes on the RPM Adventure.
To recap, the 10 vehicles in our fleet were mostly compact SUVs, with the exception of the supersized Audi Q7, the Ford Ranger-based Everest, and the Isuzu KB300 DT double cab. We drove the vehicles down to Nelspruit, where we prepped them just before our guests, all industry PRs, more used to hosting the media than being hosted, jetted in. Then it was off to Swaziland on a route that encompassed some open country roads as well as fairly daunting gravel. Regular stops gave everyone an opportunity to experience the opposition's products and voice their opinions. The Honda CR-V 2.4-litre petrol was one of the favourites.
We last tested a Honda CR-V around 2 years ago and found that it is a car that's difficult to fault on just about any level. It is more mom's taxi than serious off-roader, but even out here in the middle of nowhere, it doesn't fail to impress. This latest generation CR-V is Honda's best effort yet and has proven popular amongst punters seeking space and comfort linked to a taller stance and seamless all-wheel drive. This is the 2.4 Executive Auto version, which means it combines a willing petrol engine and an auto gearbox to lavish standard features and high comfort levels. The cargo compartment is capacious, especially with all the seats folded flat, creating a boot big enough for a Boeing. Well, almost. While it doesn't have the ground clearance of a gung-ho off-roader, the CR-V is still tall enough to tackle the rough, while the all-wheel drive only kicks in when traction is compromised. There's ample urge from the 2.4-litre four-cylinder engine, which is rated at 122 kilowatts and 220 newton meters. The styling is less boxy than some of the CR-V's peers, but it's still proudly a Honda. It benefits from the softer curves and contours, which adds some sophistication to the SUV silhouette. The strong front end with its pronounced bumper and powerfully shaped headlights add further brand identity.
Now here's a compact SUV that proves how important visual impact is, the Kia Sportage.
One of the most current SUVs in our lineup in this year's RPM Adventure, and in fact a car that was part of the Car of the Year competition for 2011, is the Kia Sportage. And as you can see, a very, very handsome and striking vehicle, certainly very different from what we've come to expect of Korean cars of the past. This is very Eurocentric, of course, designed by Peter Schreier, who used to be with Audi, and you can almost see a little bit of an Audi and certainly a European flair coming into the design, but it's also a very competent vehicle, as we found. Diesel power means it's frugal too, and certainly one of the more popular vehicles we have in our fleet.
The Sportage is unmistakably Kia, due in part to the brand's bold design language. The strong shoulder line, sculpted waist and narrow glass apertures endow the Sportage with an edgy, contemporary appeal. This is the 2-litre CRDI turbo diesel model combined with a 6-speed auto gearbox and all-wheel drive. With 130 kilowatts and an impressive 382 newton meters on tap, the Sportage felt sprightly and composed on the tar while showing off some pretty decent road manners too. The cabin is equally attractive, not only because of its extensive list of standard features, but also because it looks and feels the quality, premium part. Not even the rough and tumble gravel roads we encountered could extract any rattles, proving that Kia's build quality matches the rest of what is an impressive package.
The Audi Q7 is another car that we're rather familiar with because we had a diesel version that spent about a year with us as part of our long-term fleet. This petrol doesn't have that enjoyable low-down shove of the diesel, and it also doesn't have the air suspension that we got so very used to, but it is every bit as enjoyable. One of the reasons is the supercharged 3-litre V6 under that long swooping bonnet. It delivers 245 kilowatts of linear power, more than the same engine offers in the S4, linked to 440 newton meters of torque. The The result is instant urge when you need it, while the Quattro all-wheel drive delivers plenty of composure on tar and gravel. Off-roading isn't the Q7's forte. It's too big and too heavy, but it easily coped with the dirt roads on our route. Confirming its luxury vehicle status is a superbly executed cabin with most of the expected bells and whistles. There's certainly no shortage of space, while the leather upholstery and aluminium accents add to the upmarket aura. The driving position is commanding, with Audi's MMI system offering an intuitive control interface. As a long-distance tourer, the Q7 remains a spacious, comfortable and dynamically satisfying SUV.